I saw this headline, and it said where Kobe Altman, who's the GM of the Cavs, said he had a good dialogue with LeBron's people. What would good dialogue constitute to you?
Mr. James, here's a blank check. I think the max can be 36 or 37 million. How would you want us, and which free agents do you want us to pursue? Who would you be willing to call to see if they are willing to come and play with you? A great dialogue is basically doing whatever LeBron James wants and needs for him to stay in Cleveland. So if that's getting Paul George, if that's bringing in Chris Paul, it's those type of conversations, if you're Mr. Altman, you have to have with LeBron James. At the end of the day, still believe he's going to leave. I mean, he's done everything that he said he'd wanted to do in Cleveland, and that's win a championship. And I just don't see free agents wanting to come to Cleveland and play with him. And to me, that's the biggest thing. And that's why I just think he has his bags packed. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, Charles Barkley and Shaq both said LeBron should not be chasing rings for his legacy. Now, these are two guys who chased rings. So what do you think of LeBron chasing rings?
Well, I just think wherever he ends up, you become a super team because he's going to be able to attract, other than Cleveland, free agents. So if he does go to Philadelphia, the infrastructure is already there with the young talent, with Embiid and Simmons and Saric. But Houston, you got, obviously Chris Paul if he opts in, and James Harden. You become a superpower with LeBron James. Look, his legacy is set. He is one of the greatest to ever play the game.
But to be recognized as the greatest, you got to chase rings here, Reg. And I don't think LeBron is going, I'm satisfied if I never play for another title again, or I don't win another title.
Does that sound like LeBron James?
No.
I think LeBron James always has to be in the mix.
Yes.
So I don't think it's necessarily him chasing rings. I think he wants to assemble the best possible team or surround himself with the best possible talent and team to compete versus Golden State.
But if he stays in Cleveland, you're not chasing a ring. If you leave, then people are going to define that as chasing a ring.
Well, to me, it's about quality of life, too. And I believe his kids are getting ready to enter high school, and he's probably starting a new chapter in terms of that and their development. And from what I understand, they may be going to school out here in Los Angeles. So now that factors back in to, yes. So, I mean, Clippers and the Lakers are back in play, but I don't see him playing for the Lakers. So to me, it's all about quality of life. I think his legacy, to me, is already set.
Wait, you don't see him playing for the Lakers? You see him if he goes out playing for the Clippers?
Possibly. I could see him more so playing for the Clippers than I would the Lakers.
Why?
I don't think he wants to follow in Kobe Bryant's shadow. I think if he goes to the Clippers, right now he could be arguably the greatest Clipper ever in 3 to 4 years. Right? If he played 3 or 4 years with the Clippers, he would be the greatest.
Okay. Who is the best Clipper of all time?
You would throw Blake. You would throw
Chris Paul.
Well, that's Chris Paul, Danny Manning.
Okay.
But look how hard we're having to think about this, right? If LeBron James went to the Clippers, he would be the greatest Clipper of all time in one season.
So you think
in one season?
You just think that he does want to follow in Kobe's footsteps, and that'd be the biggest reason why he wouldn't.
Big shadow. That's a big shadow because if he doesn't win, everyone's going to be like, well, he's not Kobe. And now it goes the pecking order. And remember, you and I are not supposed to be doing this, but regular fans are going to be like Michael, then Kobe, and then probably LeBron because he couldn't deliver a championship to the Lakers.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.